think it's gonna be Riven against Fiora. Like if Renekton is banned out.
That's going to be something interesting to witness, and we just have to dive directly into the draft here in the first game between the two, as we are seeing a lot of jungle options being removed from MBR side, and they don't want to give away the Gragas as well. I think that they want to take a page of the playbook of Boom Esports that have played that Gragas into the Dragon lane and still remain to be a threat. And SVP, they start off with a Gal pick. Does not really count too much, so I think this is going pretty good for SVP.
They're letting the Varus, the Twisted Fate, and what else? Renekton out. So I'm not sure is that a wise idea. See how it goes.
Yeah, and when you speak about a few of these picks there, MBR Esports willing to take what's given, so it's not going to be too much of a problem for them to deal with some of all these threats, but that Lee Sin is still one of the stronger jungle picks that's still available, and SVP can potentially go in for some really sick setup so long as he can land that Dragon's Rage perfectly on top of the Varus if he can actually get his way here. And now we are looking at a Darius locked in, needing to just go toe-to-toe with the Renekton.
Yeah, I like this from Pagar too. I like this Lee Sin from Pagar. I remember him being an incredible Lee Sin player in the Summer Super Cup. So yeah, this is looking pretty good on the side of SVP.
I love it.
But yeah, the Nami and
they
the
lock in the brand. Wow.
Okay.
Let's talk about the brand for a little bit. I think the recent patch has come in with a little bit of a hot fix, just lowering down a little bit of his numbers when it comes down to his base health, his base damage going into the matchup. But I feel like the strength is not just the damage output, it's more of that team fight composition that MBR is going to be bringing up altogether. Just look.
It's Nunu and Willem. We've got Nunu and Willem together with Brand, so we've got the whole Song of Fire and Ice thing going on.
Yeah,
Please don't
fire
sue me.
nice for MBR.
Indeed. And yeah, like I think our analyst Dash did mention a little bit as well, right? Brand did get nerfed. He got hotfixed because you know what? They said Brand is too strong. We got to do something about it. And I think we have been seeing that. So I kind of can't agree with that sentiment behind the nerfs. But it's going to be pretty interesting to see how Radiance here does on this Brand. Despite the nerfs coming through, we do see MBR pretty interestingly enough. They started off with 3 players in mid. Flop the get.
Yeah, definitely. I think Brad is just too strong when it comes to the damage output.
Yep.
Even if you play it as a support, even if you play it into the mid lane, too much damage. And I think Brand is just built for damage. Damage all around.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree, right? Like all of his spells, it's just how do I make my fire be more fire? Except for the one stun that he has, right? Everything else is just about spreading that fire. So it's going to be really interesting. I mean, I think Galio has something that's pretty nice against the Brand in that he has the magic shield when he uses the ultimate. And we always say that's not a significant factor. But you know, it's nice to see. Ooh, really good trading here.
Yeah, huge damage coming from MBR up against Papa. Ooh, that arrow almost shut down Papa, but that honey fruit actually gives him a little bit more HP. But here into the mid lane, another fight occurs. It's a 2v2. But look at the CC onto Pagar. Uses up the flash for Radiance though. Saves his life, but the burn down onto Pagar. That's the first blood for MBR.
Oh man, and we saw the power of the fire and ice right there. Elves, he just rolled into that mid lane without a care in the world. Yahtzee couldn't do anything about it, and Pagar just got burnt to death. Really nice stuff there from MBR. I think the 2v2 mid jungle was really well played from them, so that's a good start. Onion King here getting some pressure as well. I want to see Elves come and dive this turret. He should not be allowed to farm this wave.
Yeah, it's just Renekton in the early game. Having that slice and dice, having that CC, it's gonna be a difficult time for Albert, but for now, it's just the pressure in for MBR that's keeping SVP in stay here. But Pagar comes on top lane, that will be the follow-up, but instead,
He gets it!
Onion King, huge damage, puts Albert in 1 HP.
Yeah, and we see Onion King's comfort zone seems to be like when he's getting ganked. I think we think back to the series earlier today up against Buriram. He looked really good when they were trying to gank him, when they were trying to tower dive him. Yet again, he just has no care in the world. He dashes back in, nearly finds the 2v1. I was gonna say how I think, you know what, Elves should cover him when he tries to crash his wave, but it's not even necessary. Onion King nearly wins out on the 1v2. So really good stuff coming in from MBR to start this one off.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you mentioned about it because Onion King constantly, you know what, gank me, I'm gonna live. No matter what you do, I am gonna live. And I
I'm
think
gonna
this
try to
is
kill you
just-
as well.
Yeah, definitely. Just a huge amounts of damage coming from Onion King. The barrel lane. The true barrel lane of playing
Oh.
solo top. But here, you have
Pago
Pager
wants to
waiting
interfere.
onto the sidelines.
He has the
Has
kick,
his
but there's
ultimate
no
up.
dunk. There's no dunk. They want to wait for the dunk. There we go.
Yeah, that's it. That's going to be
Nice.
Dragon Rage under the turret. Sonic way to follow up, but
Wow.
Alpha's into the backside. Goes in for the stun. Not going to be enough, though, as Onion King will fall down. That will be the trade that SVP wants. But here we go. Pager jumps in once again. That's a Sonic Wave onto Alvis. Here onto the silence. It's Brand trying to deal up massive amounts of damage, but instead, going for the retreat on both mid laners.
What is this?
Oh,
no,
no, misses the stun! He misses a snowball, but huge damage still coming from Radiance. Puts him down to his spot. Gets their second kill of this game.
On the ball lane. Oh, he
Not gonna
whizzed
push
on the
through.
chains. That was close. That was close. He nearly lands the chains of corruption. If that had hit, I could have seen MBR maybe try to trade back on that one, but doesn't quite work out, so it's gonna be all good. Onion King this time he does drop. I actually didn't even see Elves behind the tower rolling in on Snowball trying to save his Baron laner. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be enough, but it's pretty nice of them to be able to trade back on Yahtzee. It's alright. He's just gonna use the heal and walk away from this one.
Yeah, huge root though coming from Papa.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you've stated, the heal was there coming in from Tovu, saves earlier life. So I think that's a good setup coming from MBR.
Look
but
at that.
Here. MBR
This could be
Alvis
huge.
puts the snowball, actually connects Tidal Wave into the backside, goes in, gets the kill down onto Yazzie and David.
man.
And Pager is forced to just kick off away to go for the retreat.
Oh.
But look at
Oh,
Radiant
this might-
flashes in, tries to get the kill down, will not be able to do so, but what they get in return is the Infernal Dragon.
And for some reason, All But is here as well. Elves messes up the snowball, but he knows he's in the bush. He's trying to cancel the recall, but he's not going to make it in time. And that's just going to be Onion King getting the Baron lane turret for free. So MBR, they get everything. They get the kills, they get the dragon, they get the turret. Rift Herald is still available as well. And MBR, they are firmly in the driver's seat. I think earlier today we spoke to Elia and we asked him, you know, what do you guys think you need to change after losing 2-0 here? And he said we really don't need to change that much. And we see that being kind of the case. They don't change all too much, right? They have the Varus Nami still. This time around, they do get the Renekton together with it, but just changing things up, getting the Nunu and the Brand, I think has been huge here. The AoE zone control, the crowd control, as well as just the sheer magic damage, that's just amazing from MBR.
Yeah, especially if this continues into late game while MBR gets gold, gets this lead, constantly balloons up their gold. This is gonna be devastating because you have Brand and Varus in the same team. There's so much hope. But here, MBR is now pinned down. Onion King dashes away, actually safe, but not for long. Dominus now gonna be popped down, slice and dice onto Rakan. Still gonna live, Onion King. But gets laid down.
That's unfortunate. All But might get more.
Yeah, 1v1 though against Corruption actually puts down Albert in a speed chain, and now Radiant followed through to the backside, gets killed down, trade down 1-for-1.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate there from Onion King. Everyone was so low. Blinking red health bars for both Papa as well as David. And all but he nearly trades back onto Elia, but it's not going to be enough. He is behind enemy lines, and that's just going to be a 1-for-1. MBR though, look at where Elves is, Infinity. He is setting up for something cheeky.
Yeah, but David.
Oh,
actually
oh
going for
no!
a face check, but misses Alvis. So close yet so far, but SVP has this information that there is a 3-man roam from MBR. Radiant will be there. Information for SVP as well. They're going in for the defense though. Double bubble.
Oh, nice.
Huge damage from RJ.
Yeah, and they have the base again. They just came out of base, and that's going to be another recall channel for SVP. Really good presence of mind there from David. I think he was kind of aware of the possibility that he could be cheesed there, because we saw him walk into the bush. He had no vision of Elves. He neither went into the bush, nor did he ward. He just noticed that his movement speed was slowed by the absolute zero. Here we go, Onion King though.
Dice, stun down Yazzie, very low. That's gonna be a kill for
Nice.
MBR once again. Good pickup from Onion King.
Yeah, and it's really good stuff here from Onion King. Has the Blade of the Rune King already. He might have died twice this game, but he's more than 1,000 gold up on his counterpart, all but. And if you look across the board, 4,000 gold lead for MBR here. They're sitting in a pretty comfortable spot, I would say.
Yeah, Elvis.
Oh, Snowball hits the wall.
Snowball.
That's a bit of a heartbreak.
Yeah, heartbreak imagery. but MBR though is actually continuing the 4-man row to the bot side of the map, and David forces that quickness and also Brand entrance to save his life. But Dragon Rage actually next on to Radiance, forces out the blink and also the ghost.
No.
Now it still jumps through, jumps in, Tovu's still gonna be safe, and no kills will be done, but Varus just comes in, goes for the arrow, kills down Pager.
Pager does drop. Indeed, he goes a bit too deep. Elvis has absolute 0.
Done. Goes in for the knockup as well. Goes for the ultimate, connects onto 2, but gets slain down by Zaya. And Varus will follow through. Double kill for Papa.
That's a little bit too greedy there from Elvis and friends. Everyone goes in, funnels into the Zaya Feathers, and we always talk about how that's what she wants. Onion King, nice little throw the belt away. You might try to all in here? No, not quite. But yeah, a bit overly aggressive there from MBR. They already won the trade, but they opted to go in a bit too deep when they didn't need to.
Definitely. So for now, MBR still constantly bringing up their gold. Still 4k gold lead though for MBR. So I think SVP needs to think of something to try and alleviate this disadvantage. And do you think, Almo, Cloud Drake is the answer here?
I mean, probably not, right? But the problem is, if you look at SVP's team comp, I wouldn't say that it scales particularly well, and I would also say that it's going to be pretty hard for them to get wave control up against this Varus. Their win condition at this point, playing from behind, it's basically going to be solely Desire played by Papa, and they need to take team fights around his strong item timings. So right now, he has the Solari. I wouldn't say he's quite ready to fight just yet. Maybe you want to stall the game a little bit, slow the pace of the game down to he can maybe get 3 items, throw an Eye Edge in there, throw maybe a Phantom Dancers in there, and you see they're just gonna, I was gonna say they want to give this up, but SVP, they look to contest.
Yeah, Pager's onto the front lines. 4-man row for SVP. But this is a 4v4, but MBR also disengages. They don't want to fight this.
Yeah, they don't indeed. And look at the Baron lane right now. We get the picture-in-picture. Onion King actually picks it up. He's super low.
Yeah, very low. Actually goes in for the flash with a proto belt. Will not be able to get the kill though. 1 HP for Yazzie, but here, once again, onto the Dragon's Pit. It's going to be Rakan and also Darius going for the 2v4. MBR gets the kill down. Alves is going into the flank. David will die as well. That will be the double kill. And now Papa is running away. Feather Storm now going to be forced away. Aqua Prison go for the knockup. Brand,
my
so
goodness.
much damage. Will not be able to get killed though. Honeyfruit will save his life.
Yeah, he has to flash over the wall to use the Honey Fruit. Has to use all his summoners there. That was a little bit unfortunate. But we see the range at which MBR's team comp can be effective. They have Tidal Waves. They have Varus arrows. I don't know how Brand kills him, but Brand kills him. It happens off screen. We have the Nunu Snowball. We have a bunch of things that MBR can throw at you from a screen away, and that's really good. Like, it just makes SVP's team composition so hard to play. Zaya likes to play when you have to run into her, right? We always talk about that, but now you don't have to. You just outrange her and throw spells at her, and that makes SVP's marksman have a really hard time.
Yeah, and it's difficult if you use the Feather Storm to just miss up on an arrow. It's gonna be so much value for MBR if they can do that.
Yeah.
Right? So now let's look at the replay though on how it happened there. Almost
look at
what's
this.
happening here.
Yeah, like why are you guys running into Brand, right? We were saying this whole time, you don't want to run into Zaya. Conversely, you also don't want to run into Brand, right? Like you run into the Pyroclasm and he just sets them both alight. It's just the worst situation you could possibly be in. Rakan has no more disengage spells since he used everything to go in. Papa here actually surviving, but I want to see how Radiance kills him. There we go. Nothing fancy. Walks in, Pillar of Flame, gets the kill. That was probably a little bit greedy from Papa to stay, but this is going to be MBR with a very convincing start to the game. And keep in mind, SVP, they are no slouches as well. Their game 1 against one team, they very nearly won it. So I'm quite surprised by this.
Yeah, they constantly get off on those high-risk playstyle, but they get high value after that as well. But here, MBR going for the 2v3 here. Tidal Wave goes for the 2-man knockup. Albert onto the sidelines, will not die. You have Rakan going for the quickness, goes for the charm on the one. Support Alves as well, but MBR still gonna be alive. 2-man root coming from SVP. That's gonna be Brand burning down on Darius. Onion King will go into the backlines. Kills on David as well.
Oh, no.
And now Radiant, very low on HP.
Oh, the
Sonic
block.
Wave will connect onto Tobu. Nice body block.
Oh, no.
Will save Radiant's life, but earlier will die though. Pager now running away, trying to save his life as well.
Where are you running?
Onion King will actually intercept here. Radiant is there as well.
No.
That's gonna be the kill. Legendary for Radiant.
And we've always been talking about how the carry we want to look at from MBR is going to be from mid lane, it's going to be from Radiance, but we expected it to be from his carries, or from his assassins rather. We expected him to play things like Zed and Fizz like he did in game 1 of the day, but this time around he comes in with the brand. The control mage performance from him has been extremely impressive, and I think that a lot of credit will go to him for all the team fights and how he's played it in this game. Him and Elvez have been controlling all these team fights so extremely well, and that team fight was a little bit of a heartbreaker there for SVP, right? Papa with the Feather Storm, he nearly manages to clean it up, but he doesn't quite get Radiance and Alia, who both live on a tick of health.
Definitely, that's something that you want. That's the main target for MBR. If you have prizes, you have eyes on the prize, and the prize is literally Radiant and Alia.
Yeah.
For MBR, if they can actually get it. But the problem is, if you're looking at the items, right? Rod of Ages, Rabadon's Death Camp, crazy damage for Radiance as well. And even if Alia is there, you have Maramuna and Yuma's Blade. So the damage is exponentially there. But you're into the mid lane, Eyes of the Prize, they have locked onto it. They got the kill onto Radiance.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I think Radiance, he didn't even... I have no idea, honestly, because David didn't even have Flash available. So I don't know what happened there, but it's going to be a re-engage.
Yeah, Alves is on a dangerous spot here. They're fighting 3v4. SVP is not going to push this all in, but Pager sets this up with Sonic Wave. Onion King onto the backside as well. Pincer attack will fail, but they are at the number disadvantage. But Galio actually comes through. That's going to be taunt kill down onto Nunu. Good trade from SVP.
Yeah, okay, it's a bit of a weird situation right now. I don't really know what both of these teams are doing, but I want to point out that while all that was going on, Onion King, before he came to the fight, he broke the Baron lane inhibitor. So that's going to be always trickling in some super minions for MBR. Radiance is back. They can fight this. He has Pyroclasm available. Tidal Wave is up soon.
Definitely, they could actually do this, but now that's going to be the flash. SVP fighting this down, taunt down onto the sidelines. Darius will fall though. Now they're fighting 4v4. That's gonna be the tidal wave to follow this up. CC chain is flawless, and Yazzie will be deleted by MBR as they take 4 kills out of that, and Pager the only one left for SVP.
Right. That's gonna be an ace. Pager not even being able to survive. Yeah, Onion King just hunted him down. Pretty sure he just flashed on his head. It's a bit unfortunate that we're missing a bunch of these kills, but I guess that's what it is, right? They're gonna go for the Baron soon, though, as we take a look at this replay. So Onion King just doing a bunch of damage, right? And Radiance, as well as Alia, I think they're playing these fights really, really well. They're staying a screen away, they're throwing the spells in, and they just let Onion King be a bit of a beast in the front line. I think the tidal wave was a little bit rough there, could have been a bit better, but Onion King, I think he just chases down Pager and he flashes on him, and that Q is huge, right? Because with the jungler dead, that means that Baron is 100% for them. I'm kind of curious how he got the kill too, but you know, we're just gonna be left wondering.
Yeah, definitely. Just a mystery onto the galaxies for SVP for now. We didn't see how Pager died, but what we need to take note of is MBR has gotten 5 kills from that, has gotten the Marin Nashor and trade to follow up. So right now they're sitting at the 13k gold lead, sitting pretty here up against SVP in the first game.
Yeah, this is a very dominant performance from MBR, and keep in mind, both of these teams, they did get 2-0 earlier today. That's not a great spot that you want to be in, and MBR with a dominating first game performance, I think they're really looking to turn things around. Keep in mind that we do expect these two teams, well, realistically speaking, right, we did expect these two teams to maybe be the bottom 2 of the group that don't make it out. So a 2-0 here for MBR would be really huge, and it gives them the potential to maybe make it out of the groups. Now, we do see the final siege coming in. Onion King gonna be escorting in the wave to pressure the Nexus even. Look at that, he's dragging 3 people to the Nexus with him, giving his team so much space.
Yeah,
look at him!
The manpower. Onion King is just there, and that's
just standing there menacingly.
Yeah, the MBR gets that third down. Just so much happening for MBR. They do something, they get high value out of that, and that burn almost got the kill onto David. So
close there, Infinity. And that's gonna be 2 inhibitors down. No more Pyroclasm, but it's only 1 inhibitor left.
The minions, it's hashtag minions with Onion Kings going for the last hit. It actually is there, but MBR takes the first game of the series.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an underwhelming ending. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, they tried to go for the insect play onto Radiance, right? We said the eyes on the prize. He was the prize. But the problem is when you get super...
It's impossible.
Well...
Right. Nobody can stop the Nunu.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
just had to throw that pun in there. I apologize for everybody who had to cringe, but we are now going to champ select so you don't have to cringe anymore. Unless, of course, these teams bring out something a little bit strange. Bans coming up right now. Contra, what are your immediate thoughts over here? Oh, they will ban out that Galio and the Redexon.
And with that ban on that Nunu, you know what's open up?
Oh, yeah.
Bring in that Camille. I love Camille picks. Please, MBR,
Go
show
for
us
it.
something special. That's
Yeah.
There you go.
So, after that, you still have all these other alternatives. When you look at global presence, there's always going to be Twisted Fate that SVP now can consider.
Wow. Gragas. This is going to be the first Gragas game.
Oh,
Like, wow,
That's
we've
right.
seen so far.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
yeah.
Even though with the nerf, Gragas is still like one of the best team fighter. Like his ulti is that good, too good.
That's right.
Like-
If you have a bad scenario, you use the explosive cast, and you can also start a really good fight with the explosive cast as well. So whether he's nerfed or not, it's about what he actually offers to interrupt the enemy team. But MBR Esports, they say, oh, you know what? Bring in that Gragas, I'm just going to run you through that Olaf. So, Jess, do you think that Olaf here is that perfect pick to go against SVP?
I think it's too early to judge. Like, if Olaf is whether it's good pick or not. Oh, okay. If there's Lulu, then I guess it's not that much of a deal. Cause like, when Olaf is running in, he wanna kill someone as quick as possible, and Lulu gonna prevent that. So, what action? Oh yeah, he locked it in.
I love it.
told you he's gonna play that.
I love it. I love it. And you have mentioned that Akshan definitely
yes.
thrives when you have a really good support. Now they are also going to be bringing in the Thresh to ensure that there is good of appeal. But with that Lulu on the other side, he just gotta, of course, sidestep then to be polymorph. And that Riven as the final pick is going to be the one that potentially can set up.
And if you miss game 1, all you really need to know about what you missed is that if you look at this game, SVP banned Nunu and gave Camille. It just shows you that they're mentally broken. Like, why do you have to ban Nunu, right? I think what the Jazz covered at best. There's so many reasons why people don't ban Nunu. You just interrupt him and he can no longer keep rolling his snowballs. But SVP, they don't have the answer to it. They just leave it up. And look at this. What do we see here? A bit of a lane swap coming in from SVP. Duo mid to try to just deal with the prio that this Ziggs would naturally give. Ari forced a flash already, though.
Yeah, and that is
at
the
that.
cost of how SVP switched up mid lane for bot lane. It's huge pressure coming from MBR, especially if you're considering Action as a single targeted champion.
Yeah, and let me point out something really cool here, Infinity. Radiant on Ziggs has Font of Life. He's gonna be healing up his teammates quite a lot, and he's gonna be healing himself up a decent amount as well, right, with that root. So he's gonna be chucking spells in as Olaf runs in, as Camille jumps in, as, you know, Akshan jumps in. He's gonna be healing them up as they hit the targets that he hits. It's all pretty nice. He doesn't need extra damage. He doesn't need the AoE and whatnot. So I do quite like this decision from Radiance. A little bit of, you know, helping his team out as well. Wow,
Yeah,
bot
I'm
lane
glad
domination.
you mentioned that. Yeah, just constant pressure coming from Thresh and Ashen there into the bot lane from MBR. And as you stated, imagine like Mega Inferno Bomb into those team fights.
Yep.
Gonna be especially cool for Radiance to do into those valuable HP that can actually clutch on moment.
Oh, we're gonna
to
see a
save your
1v1 here,
teammates down.
Infinity.
Yeah, Pager actually has sights on Alvis, but Onion King will be there, so a 2v2 instead of a 1v1. Pager jumps in, that's gonna be stun onto Onion King. Hookshot will
that's not
not
good.
do it, and that will be the stun
That's
to
not it.
follow up. Now that's gonna be out, but slain by Camille, traded back in first blood for MBR.
I don't really know what that was. A little bit overly aggressive there. You do not want to be burning all your spells to flash in unless you're sure you can get the kill. Because if not, Elvis is just gonna kill you on this Olaf. And what do we have here? Bit of a cheeky yank. It's gonna land the hook though.
Yeah, Hook followed up with the CC and Radiance dealing off massive amounts of damage. That's one shot left. Imagine having Airy though.
Yep, exactly. And that's why you take Airy. It's one shot away. That is so unfortunate, and he will just get away. Radiance, I actually didn't notice this, but he started the game off with a Ruby Crystal. So some pretty interesting itemization choices coming out from this guy over here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really understand the rationale behind this, right? Maybe he just doesn't want to get one shot by Ari Riven.
Yeah, definitely, I think. He wants to be more sustainable, probably, up against Ari that can combo down Ziggs. So maybe that's the consensus that MBR is doing here. You know what? Let's just go for sustainability.
Yeah. And he's building towards Rod of the Ages. That's typically not what we see on Ziggs, right? You tend to want something like a Luden's Echo because you don't plan to be in the fight anyway, right? You want to be on the outskirts, throwing bombs in. So this is pretty interesting here from Radiance, giving himself a little bit more survivability. If he does get charmed up, if Riven jumps on his head, he's gonna be a little bit more tanky. So that's a pretty nice itemization choice. It's just a bit curious because if his teammates cover him, oh look at this.
That difficult situation though. Earlier, going for the ultimate onto Papa. David with a body block actually saves down Papa. No damage will follow up. MBR will not get the kill down, but here into the mid lane is a different story as Radiance is gonna get pinned down. Sad to charge away. Not gonna be doing that as Yazzie will actually get the kill down, but in trade, you have Action going for the 1-for-1.
Yeah, Elia and Tobu, it seems like they're everywhere right now. I've lost count of the number of times they got mid. What is this?
Oh, almost one shot left to kill down David.
Oh,
Arthur flashes in. That's going to do the kill down, but Papa will get the kill, so that will be the support for ADC.
It is indeed, and that's a little bit unfortunate. They flew a bit too close to the sun there. Look at Onion God though.
Yeah, Pager actually jumps in with a stun, but good hook shot. That almost got through because Pager went in for the stun, but he followed up quickly, so MBR. Onion King's still going to be alive.
Onion King is indeed, and that's going to be a bunch of kills for MBR across the board, mostly in the bottom lane. A lot of it coming off of Elia and Tobu, right? But the problem is Elia, he went a little bit too overly aggressive, and that kind of is what got him punished there. I think the main thing we want to pay attention to right now is, well, actually, this goes over to Pager. That's a bit curious to me. I feel like MBR, you're in the point in the game where you're so strong, you just want to contest every objective, but it seems like they don't care. They just want to destroy the bot lane, and that's the problem with Trash. Your crowd control is unreliable. If you don't land your hook, that's it, and Elvis just walks out.
Yeah, it's a walking champion that cannot give any CC for his teammates because the main key point of a Trash is to land those hooks so that you can combo down onto your E and your R, your ultimate, to be able to lock in onto those champions. So I think that will be the main key point that we need to look at later on, as you stated consistently that will be important. But here in top side, it's pretty much Onion King and Albert just smacking down each other, not getting that kill down.
Look at Onion King though, he's going for a bit of a roam. He has the Hextag ultimatum. Oh, that's not gonna work out. Yazzie shoves the waves a bit too fast, but I think what we're starting to see is a bit of a scaling differential here in the Baron lane. Onion King is starting to kick in the hit of Owlbutt, and that's gonna be some, quite a concerning point.
Now here it is though, we're talking about the same player, we're talking about the same champion.
Nice
Explosive
dodge.
Cats push them back away, but Hextech ultimatum will bring him down and will lock him. MBR gets killed.
But SVP, they're trading on the other side of the map. Rift Herald gets popped now. They will get this turret, I think.
Yeah, it's a 3-man roam with the Rift Herald charge. Easy takedown onto the tower for his blood. But
nice
into
hook.
the mid lane, good hook, good
really
CC.
good
That's gonna get that kill down onto Yazzie. Pager jumps into the fight alongside with Papa with a killer instinct, trying to get that kill down. Riven with her triple stun gets that kill. Top B will be followed up. Double for SVP.
And we always talk about Xin Zhao Lulu, aggressive jungle plus Lulu. We're seeing exactly that here with Riven and Lulu. He jumps in, gets the double knockup, gets the Lulu, what would you call it? Humongify? Gigantify? I'm not sure the exact name, but he buffs him up, makes him big, double knocks up once again. And SVP, they just clean up the fight. It looks like they want more.
Ooh, Flash ready to be burned though. Missed that. That will just be it. No follow-up, no trade for MBR for that. Currently, both teams are even when it comes to gold. So this is looking very, very close for this game number 2 of the series.
Yeah, it's a super close game, and I'm quite surprised it's even this close, right? And I think the mistake that we really saw start to turn the game around really comes down to when Elia dived the turret and gave the shutdown over to Papa. They used that tempo window to get their foot back in the door, and they used that to just hit the bot lane turret. They used Rift Herald, they broke the turret. A bunch of plays went over to Papa, and now he's sitting, 500, 600 gold up on his counterpart here. And this is SVP starting to snowball the game a little bit in their favor. They're trying to tempo it. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3-0 Kaisa. Scaling is going to be very hard hitting later on. He has already secured BRK, Executioner's Calling, and a BF Sword. So attack damage is going to be exponential here.
Oh, nice.
But here into the bot side, we did not see it, but they get the kill onto Pager.
Yeah, it's a little bit curious that it's a jungler that's the one holding the wave. I don't think it really makes a difference either way, right? You still kill whoever shows up. This is really nice from MBR. Use the Super Mega Inferno Bomb to just kill the wave, and the... Oh, what is this though?
Oh, whoa, Flash coming in from Radiance, actually just dealing off massive amounts of damage, but not gonna be enough though to bring down them, but Hook will connect onto all, but no follow-up.
Okay, you know what, Infinity? I'll take that back. That was not really nice. It started off really nice, and I don't know what happened. Radiance tried to run it in. Unfortunately, Elvez will not be able to get in time, and that's just gonna be the end of the fight there. It was a good attempt, though, but Albert does save his team with his disengage there. It's gonna be a pretty even game, and I think we're talking about how big this Kai'Sa is, right? It's also important to point out he has an Ardent Sansa Lulu in his back pocket as well, so that's gonna be a very scary Kai'Sa. Look at this. Albert just around the world.
He just circles down. He just wants to greet down his enemy team. Just says hi. He goes bye-bye with the lantern. So that's going to be a safe play for MBR. But SVP though, starting onto the Cloud Dragon, and MBR still splitting up. So 2 onto the bot side, 2 into the mid lane, and 1 on top lane. So I think this will be in huge favor for SVP to take down the Cloud Dragon.
Yeah, it is indeed. And this is just going to be Pekor trying to start a fight. Look at this though.
Up damage. That's getting the ultimate from Tobu. Going for the slow on the Pager, but Wild Growth saves his life. Huge sustainability down. And now that's going to follow up for Pager once again. Jumps in with a stun down. But look at the hooks. Gets the security onto Yazzie. That's the kill for MBR.
Yeah, and Onion King's around the back as well. I think he might want more here. He doesn't want to let them recall.
Yeah, Onion King goes in for the sweep, gets the kill down from Alves. He jumps in under the turret. He doesn't care about the damage coming up. And now Albert, the only one remaining into the mid lane to defend. Well, MBR constant push, constant aggression.
I love this. Look at Elvez. He's just tanking the turret so the last minion doesn't die, so they can take the turret. Super nice stuff from MBR. Everyone knowing their roles, knowing what they need to do. The whole team fight, Radiance was just ignoring the front line, ignoring Pegor, and he was just chucking bombs into the back line. Super good game here from MBR. I think they're demonstrating that they really know what roles they need to fulfill across the board, and this has been a very impressive game from them.
Definitely impressive. I mean, a while ago it was MVP who was controlling the game, but they came back big time. MBR came back in a huge engagement, get those kills up and running, and now the difference is 5k gold lead now for MBR, which a while ago, minutes ago, it was even for both teams.
It was even slightly in favor of SVP, right? So it was a pretty nice comeback there from MBR off the back of a really good team fight. And the difference there is the way they executed it. MBR, they want to play front to back. They want to look for picks. They want to let Ziggs throw bombs at you in a choke. Whereas SVP, they need to be playing, I don't know what I just saw there, Infinity, but...
yeah, I think that was like Q 2 times to try and knock up onto Thresh, but it failed. After the blast
he faced the wrong direction. Yeah. And Pegor, once again, he tries, but he gets flayed away, and that's going to be his broken blade used for nothing.
Oh, but Pager actually jumps in once again. Triple knock-up, triple stun coming down. Wild Growth to follow up with the sustainability. Satchel Charge will not save Radiant's life. That's going to be the kill for SVP.
And somehow it ends up working, right? But all the while this is happening, look at the bottom lane. Onion King, he's going to start working on this inhibitor.
Yeah, just push. Get that inhibitor turret.
Nice
get that open
stuff.
space. Natural lane pressure, but look at Talia into the mid lane. So much damage against Pager.
Yeah, a bunch of damage, and they are going for Yazzie right now. He stayed a bit too long. His team is all based.
That Hextech Ultimatum actually almost killed down Pager at 1 HP left. as we saw the picture-in-picture. But here on top lane, it's gonna be Yazzie pinned down, 2v1, Charmin from Thresh, but Alyar is just gonna go in from the ropes, from the heaven down, from the skies, kills down Yazzie.
Yeah, I'm really impressed here by Alyar and Tobu. Tobu has been heat-seeking with these hooks, and Alyar as well. He's been doing a lot of DPS on Akshan, a champion which is typically quite difficult to do a lot of DPS with because of how short-ranged you are in these 5v5 team fights. Pega and Albert have not quite been able to find him just yet, and they've just been playing so extremely well. I am extremely impressed here by Alyar and Tobu, and if they keep this performance up, I think MBR, they might be able to start turning things around.
Definitely. I mean, currently they're leading with a 6k gold lead. They just need to continue this amount of pressure, this amount of lead that they're doing up against SVP, so that they can balloon up this sort of advantage into more of it, so that SVP doesn't really have any more chance to be able to make it for a comeback. Because currently there's still an opportunity for SVP if they make it so that they get a Baron, the Elder Dragon even, to make it back, change the storyline. I think that is what SVP wants, or get a very, very good team fight out against MBR.
Yeah, but look at the power of Ziggs right now. He just throws some grenades into the chokehold, and you cannot walk past. Tobu, you know, the cast is cursed. We said he's heat-seeking, and he missed.
Yeah, but now SVP collapses onto the Dragon Hook shot. Actually goes away for Alyar. Hextech ultimatum with a Stasis Enchant. Locks down onto Papa. Low HP. But SVP gets a turnaround. Gets a kill onto Alyar. And now to follow up, it's going to be Alves next. It's Onion King at 1 HP as well. Not gonna get the kill. But what SVP takes is the tier 1 turret mid lane.
Yeah, and that's honestly a really big one. It opens up so much of the map. I'm really surprised that Papa could survive there. He just dashes in, right? He runs into Onion King to try to do damage to him. The Hextech ultimatum does lock him down, cancels his killer instinct. But he's tanky enough to be able to survive thanks to his barrier, thanks to David on this Lulu keeping him safe. And look at that, Jonya's Hourglass being picked up now. Pega, Yazzie, as well as Papa, they all have it. They're all going to be using the stasis to dodge out on the Hextech ultimatum. It's going to be a pretty hard game here for Onion King. I think he wants to look to split push. And Dragon is still available, keep in mind.
Yeah, and it's Infernal Dragon, not just any dragon at the least. But MBR now actually initiates onto Albert, very low on HP.
Not nice.
That's going to be Satchel Charge, not going to be able to get that kill down though. And Mega Inferno Bomb lacking on damage, but here, Tobu going to get charmed down, 1 HP left. Kai'Sa with a Killer Instinct into the backside, gets the kill down. Double for SVP, make it a triple as they kill one more. And now Pager jumping into the backside, gets the kill again. And it's only Alyar to be the only one left for MBR.
And Infinity, do you hear that sound? It sounds like a bit of a troll here for MBR. We talk about how their team fights, it's always gonna be hard with an Akshan, which is why I was saying I'm so impressed by Alyar's ability to do damage in these team fights. But the moment Pega is strong, the moment David on this Lulu is buffing the Riven, they just run down the backline. Akshan cannot do anything. Thresh is not a good team fighter. He's so useless in the late games. They did really well in the early mid game, but they didn't fight enough.
And look at this, it's another one. Yazzie goes in for the charm onto Alyar, but actually might get killed here. Oh, Stasis Enchant. What a clutch from Yazzie.
It is indeed, and that's another heartbreaker for Alyar. Misses his hook shot on the wall as well for good measure, so pretty upsetting stuff here for MBR. And we're seeing a bit of a roller coaster in the gold graphs here, Infinity, as SVP, they once again reclaim the gold lead with a Baron buff.
Yeah, and this is what we're saying a while ago, right?
Yep.
SVP just needs to win one team fight. They could turn it around, get the Baron, and get the Dragon. And now they're leading at 1k gold lead. A while ago, they were at a 5k gold deficit.
They were indeed, and off the back of 2 winning team fights, they turn it around, they get the Dragon, they get the Baron, they're gonna get some turrets as well, and I'm quite interested by how Pega is applying pressure on the side lanes here. They know that Gragas cannot match Camille anymore at this point in the game, so they're sending Riven to do it. I'm not a fan of the way that Alyar has been using his Akshan ultimates to try to poke, because the damage scales off of missing health, so he's barely doing a tick of damage. I mean, one auto attack would do more than their full channel ulti, so I think it's a little bit curious, it's a little bit interesting, and it's gonna be quite hard now for MBR to play this stage of the game out. It really comes down to, can Onion side lane successfully?
Yeah, especially given that SVP has so much body block, so much heal from their champions. All your needs to save that ultimate for those team moments. But SVP now pressuring into mid lane though. Goes in for the 4-man roam. Kaisa very low on HP, but Wild Growth saves his life. The hook is actually quite great, and Papa is on low HP. They need to get this. They need to take down onto Albert and Papa. Very low on HP. Look at the flash coming from Albert.
Paygo's in the backline.
Just so much to happen, and now it's going for the 1v1. Papa versus Alyer.
This is an end.
SVP takes him down.
They could maybe try to end here. At least 2 inhibitors. They had the cannon infinity.
Yeah, definitely. Even if the
Onion.
Onion King going to the backside, Hexy ultimatum locks down onto David, very low on HP. That's gonna be trying to follow up, but he falls down. Onion King follows up with another. That's gonna be the double kill. But Papa is there. Yazi with a charm puts him down. And MBR, it's only Radiance left to defend.
They can do this.
While SVP is pushing down.
Yeah, they're gonna try to look for that.
Look
Yeah,
at
I
Yazi
think.
with a Spirit Rush, with the
Nice.
charm actually gets a kill down. And SVP turns it around, gets the second game of this series, 1-1 against MBR.
And that was a really, really good early game there from the side of MBR. They fell a bit